If you're over 60, I need you to pause for just a moment and think about what's inside your vitamin shelf. Because there's one supplement, just one, that I see almost every day in the homes of older adults. It's sitting right there beside the multivitamin, the calcium, maybe the omega-3s. And while it's marketed as something good for your eyes, it may actually be causing slow, steady damage to the very thing it's meant to protect your vision. I'm talking about harm that comes quietly. No stinging, no redness, just gradual blurring, dimming, or a growing shadow that won't go away. As an eye doctor, I've watched this happen to patients who were doing everything they thought was right. They come in with complaints, trouble focusing, dark spots, a strange heaviness behind the eyes. Often, they never suspect their supplements. But some of the most common eye vitamins can actually backfire if taken the wrong way or in excess. And the worst part, once the damage is done, it may not be reversible. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 popular supplements that may be undermining your vision and what to use instead to truly protect your eyes. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Vitamin A in high doses, a silent threat to your eyes. Let's talk about vitamin A1, of those nutrients most of us grew up believing was essential for good vision. We were told to eat our carrots, sip our vegetable juice, and later in life, to take eye support supplements loaded with it. For years, that belief has felt like a fact. But as it turns out, too much of a good thing, especially when taken daily in supplement form, can quietly become a serious threat to your eyesight, particularly as you get older. I've seen it time and time again in my clinic. Older adults, often trying to take care of their vision, come in with concerns. They describe blurred vision that comes and goes, persistent pressure behind their eyes, or even the onset of headaches they can't explain. When we look deeper, what we often find is that high-dose vitamin A, especially in synthetic supplement forms, building up in their systems. And it's not just staying in the bloodstream, it's accumulating in the liver, the fatty tissues, and even the optic system itself. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that your body simply gets rid of through urine, vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means it stays with you, it stores, it lingers. And over time, it can start doing damage if you're getting more than your body can safely handle. This is especially true for older adults because as we age, our liver doesn't process excess nutrients as efficiently. So what may have been manageable in your 40s becomes a much heavier burden in your 60s and 70s. One case that stuck with me for years is that of Mr. Harold, age 76, a retired railroad inspector from Colorado. He'd been taking a high-dose anti-aging supplement every morning without fail. It had 10,000 IU of vitamin A amount, far above what the body typically needs, and well beyond the daily upper limit recommended for seniors. When he started experiencing visual disturbances, his family thought he might be having a stroke. He had difficulty reading, was dizzy often, and mentioned feeling off balance when standing up. But after extensive testing, there was no clot, no stroke, no infection. What we found instead was elevated intracranial pressure, something that can quietly build when vitamin A accumulates. And in Harold's case, it was slowly affecting the nerves that connect the eye to the brain. The condition he was facing is called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. It's rare but serious. And in older adults, one common trigger is excessive vitamin A over time. What makes it more alarming is how subtle the early symptoms can be. There's no flashing red light, just quiet signs: fatigue, pressure behind the eyes, or minor vision changes that are easy to mistake for normal aging. The truth is, most seniors don't need anywhere near the doses found in many commercial supplements. For adults over 60, the recommended safe upper limit for vitamin A is just 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, and even that depends on overall diet, medication use, and liver health. Yet, walk down the supplement aisle and you'll find daily capsules containing double or triple that amount, often marketed as essential for eye health, immune support, or skin renewal. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about awareness. These supplements are taken with the best of intentions, out of care, out of love, out of hope for maintaining health and independence. But without proper guidance, that good intention can quietly lead to real harm. So, if you're over 60 and taking a supplement with high levels of vitamin A, take a moment today to look at the label. Talk to your doctor about your total intake, especially if you eat fortified cereals, dairy, or liver-based foods, which already provide plenty of vitamin A naturally. Remember, protecting your eyes doesn't come from overdosing on one nutrient. It comes from balance, from gentle care, and from listening to your body as it changes with age. And if that feels surprising, the next vitamin may be even more so. It's one many people take for their heart or circulation, yet when overused it can lead to bruising, dizziness, and in some cases bleeding inside the brain itself. Let's explore that next. 2. Beta-carotene supplements, a hidden danger for your vision. Now let's turn to another supplement that's often taken in the name of eye health beta-carotene. Walk into just about any pharmacy or health food store in the country, and you'll see row after row of products that claim to support your vision. Many of them proudly list beta-carotene as a main ingredient, suggesting that it's essential for keeping your eyes strong as you age. But what most people don't realize, especially those over 60, is that high doses of synthetic beta-carotene may actually be contributing to vision decline, not preventing it. Beta-carotene itself is a plant-based compound that your body can convert into vitamin A. And when it comes from food carrots, sweet potatoes, leafy greens, it behaves gently and predictably. But when it's taken in isolated, concentrated supplement form, especially the synthetic version found in most over-the-counter eye vitamins, the story changes. Your body doesn't handle it the same way, and the consequences can be serious. Decades of research, including findings from the Age-Related Eye Disease Studies, AREDS, have shown that high doses of beta-carotene offer little to no protection against age-related macular degeneration for many older adults. Even more alarming, the studies found that for certain groups, especially former smokers taking synthetic beta-carotene supplements, was linked to a higher risk of lung cancer. On top of that, evidence emerged suggesting that these supplements may increase oxidative stress in the eye, putting more pressure on the very tissue they're supposed to protect. This isn't theoretical. I've seen it in real life. One patient I'll never forget was Mrs. Jeanette, 74, a retired school librarian from Vermont. She had never smoked a day in her life, ate a mostly balanced diet, and was in good general health. For years, she'd been faithfully taking a well-known vision support supplementone that promised protection from age-related vision loss. It listed 25,000 IU of synthetic beta-carotene per serving. When Jeanette began struggling to read in low light, noticing a growing difficulty seeing at dusk and while driving, we did a full workup. Her retina was thinning, and her eye tissues were showing early signs of oxidative damage. The supplement she thought was helping her may have actually accelerated the problem. No one had told her the risks. That's the heartbreaking part. These supplements are marketed as safe, helpful, even essential, but they aren't regulated like prescription medications. That means no one is double-checking how they might interact with your age, your medications, or the changing needs of your body after 60. And when it comes to your vision, small missteps can lead to long-term consequences. The truth is, not all carotenoids are dangerous. In fact, some are incredibly protective, especially when sourced from food or carefully formulated supplements. Nutrients like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are found in dark leafy vegetables like kale and spinach, have been shown to strengthen the retina and reduce the risk of macular degeneration. These are the ingredients now recommended in the updated AREDS 2 Formula The safer, evidence-backed version. But many Americans over 60 are still taking outdated supplements based on the original formula, unaware that a better, safer option exists. So, If you've been relying on beta-carotene-heavy supplements for your eyes, it's worth taking a moment to reevaluate. Look at the label. Talk to your doctor. A shift toward lutein, zeaxanthin, and food-based carotenoids may be far more beneficial and far less risky for your aging eyes. And while beta-carotene can quietly harm your vision, the next vitamin on our list carries an even more immediate danger. It's often recommended for circulation and heart health, but when taken in high doses, it can thin your blood so dramatically that it raises the risk of a brain bleed. 3. Vitamin E in high doses, the heart helper that could be harming your eyes and retina. Let's take a closer look at vitamin E, long celebrated as a hero for the heart and brain. For decades, it's been promoted as the go-to supplement for better circulation, memory support, and even graceful aging. Many older adults, wanting to do the right thing for their health, have added it to their daily routine without a second thought. The labels are cheerful, the promises sound reassuring, and the doses often far higher than what the body actually needs, especially after 60. The truth is, vitamin E can offer benefits in small food-based amounts. A handful of almonds, a drizzle of olive oil, that's how our bodies were meant to receive it. But many supplements on the market today deliver megadoses 200, 400, sometimes even 1,000 IU per capsule, when the recommended daily intake for seniors is only about 22 IU. When those doses are taken day after day, they don't just pass through the body, they accumulate. And over time, that buildup can quietly shift from helpful to harmful. What many people don't realize is that vitamin E is a natural anticoagulant. It thins the blood on its own. That might not seem like a bad thing, but when combined with medications commonly prescribed to seniors like aspirin, warfarin, or clopidogrel, the effects can multiply, tipping the balance too far. Your blood becomes too thin, too fragile. And in that state, even something as simple as coughing, straining during a bowel movement, or bending forward can cause delicate capillaries in the eyes to rupture. I think often of Mr. Leonard, age 82, a retired jazz pianist from Louisiana. He had started taking an over-the-counter vitamin E supplement after reading an article about memory and cardiovascular support. His capsule contained 600 IU. At the same time, he was on a low-dose blood thinner prescribed after a mild stroke 2 years earlier. No one had warned him about the risks of combining the two. One morning, Leonard woke up with what he described as a curtain over the lower half of his vision. No pain, just darkness in his left eye. Tests confirmed a retinal hemorrhage bleeding inside the eye caused by a burst vessel. The cause, most likely, was the interaction between his medication and the high levels of vitamin E. Sadly, the damage was irreversible. This isn't rare. The eyes, particularly the retina, are filled with fragile blood vessels that don't tolerate stress, well, especially in older adults. And once bleeding begins in those sensitive areas, the consequences can be long-lasting or permanent. What's most heartbreaking is that many seniors assume early symptoms like floaters, mild pressure, or blurry vision are just a normal part of aging. But sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're signs of something preventable. Vitamin E isn't inherently dangerous, but high-dose, synthetic supplements taken without proper guidance can become a silent threat. If you're taking more than 100 IU per day, and especially if you're also taking medications for heart health or blood pressure, it's crucial to talk with your healthcare provider. Adjusting your dosage might protect not just your heart, but your sight too. Because once vision is lost to internal bleeding, no supplement can undo that damage. The eyes deserve as much protection as the heart, especially in our later years. And sometimes, that protection means stepping back from well-meaning habits that may no longer be right for your body. And just when you think the biggest threats come from fat-soluble vitamins like A or E, there's another nutrient that often flies under the radar. It shows up in many nerve support blends, brain health formulas, and energy boosters. But in the wrong amounts, it can slowly disrupt the very nerves that allow you to see, to focus, to maintain balance. Let's explore that next. 4. Zinc in high doses. The eye health mineral that's quietly harming your retina. Now let's talk about zinc, a mineral that's earned a reputation for supporting the immune system and protecting vision, especially in older adults. For many years, zinc was included in popular eye health formulas, often promoted as a frontline defense against macular degeneration. And for some, in the right amounts, it can be helpful. But what most seniors aren't told is this: taking too much zinc, especially over a long period, may quietly harm the eyes it's supposed to protect, starting with the retina, and even affecting the optic nerve itself. Zinc is what we call a trace mineral. That means the body only needs a very small amount to function properly, about 8 to 11 milligrams per day for most people over 60. But older supplements, particularly from the original ARID study, often contain 80 milligrams of zinc or more in a single serving. That's more than 7 times the recommended amount. And unlike some vitamins that flush out easily, excess zinc doesn't just leave your system, it builds up, slowly, silently. Here's the issue that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Zinc and copper have a delicate relationship inside the body. When one rises too high, the other tends to fall. And in the case of zinc, high levels can block your body from absorbing copper, a mineral that's vital for the health of your optic nerve, which connects your eyes to your brain. Without enough copper, those nerve fibers may begin to weaken or misfire. And when the optic nerve is compromised, vision suffers in ways that can't always be reversed. I'll never forget Mrs. Lorraine, 79, a retired art teacher from New Hampshire. She had been taking a zinc-heavy eye supplement she ordered online, thinking it was part of her proactive health plan. She wasn't on any medications, stayed active, and had no major medical issues. But over time, she began noticing difficulty seeing out of the corners of her eyes. Her peripheral vision was fading. After testing, we discovered early signs of optic nerve damage and mild retinal thinning. Her copper levels were extremely low, most likely from long-term zinc overload. The very supplement she thought was protecting her had been quietly doing harm. This kind of damage doesn't come with flashing warning lights. There's rarely pain. The early symptoms can be subtle things like duller colors, tired eyes after reading, or trouble seeing clearly in dim light. Most seniors chalk it up to aging, never thinking it might be tied to a daily pill they've trusted for years. The more recent AREDS-2 formula, which many doctors now recommend, made a critical update. It reduced the zinc to safer levels and added copper to maintain proper balance. But the problem is, countless older adults are still using the outdated versions. These formulas are still sold online, often under the same branding, and many people don't realize they've been revised. So they keep taking high-dose zinc, unaware that it may be slowly draining their copper stores and putting pressure on their eyes. If you're currently taking an eye supplement with more than 25 milligrams of zinc, especially if it's a daily habit, it's time to pause and have a conversation with your doctor or eye specialist. Protecting your vision isn't just about taking something, it's about taking the right amount in the right way. And while mineral imbalance is serious, what's coming next may be even more startling. There's another supplement, often found in energy-boosting blends and blood flow formulas, that can cause sharp, sudden changes in pressure within the eye. These spikes can catch you off guard, and the damage they leave behind may not be repairable. Let's look more closely at that next. 5. Niacin vitamin B3. The energy booster that's slowly damaging your eyes and retina. Now let's turn to niacin, also called vitamin B3, a nutrient found in many supplements designed to support circulation, boost heart health, and improve energy levels. It's especially popular among older adults looking to stay sharp and maintain steady blood flow. On the surface, it sounds like a smart, health-conscious choice. But what most seniors don't realize is that when niacin is taken in high doses, especially over long periods, it can quietly begin to harm one of the most sensitive parts of the body, your eyes. Niacin has a well-known effect called the flush. That warm red sensation that spreads across the face and chest after taking it isn't just a harmless side effect. It's a signal that your blood vessels are rapidly expanding and then contracting. Now imagine that same reaction happening inside your eyes day after day. Over time, this repeated vascular stress can cause swelling in the retina, particularly in the maculated central part of the eye, that helps you read, recognize faces, and see fine detail. I remember Mr. Gerald, age 81, a retired carpenter from Arizona. He was sharp, independent, and wanted to do everything possible to stay healthy. He began taking a popular heart and brain formula he found online. It advertised improved memory and better blood flow. What he didn't notice was the label 1,000 milligrams of niacin per serving taken twice daily. That's over 60 times the daily amount typically recommended for older adults. Within months, he began seeing shimmering lights in his left eye, then experienced blurry patches that wouldn't go away. His eye exam revealed a condition called niacin maculopathy retinal swelling caused by toxic levels of vitamin B3. His central vision was compromised, and though we were able to prevent further damage, the sight he lost didn't return. What makes this so concerning is how easily it's missed. Early symptoms of niacin toxicity often mimic normal aging's light changes in vision, more difficulty reading, or needing extra light to see clearly. Many seniors chalk this up to getting older, not knowing that a supplement meant to help them might be quietly making things worse. And it's not just traditional niacin that carries this risk. Even the so-called flush-free or extended-release versions can still affect the eyes. In some cases, they've been linked to unpredictable spikes in eye pressure, increased blood sugar instability, and episodes of inflammation in the retina. Your eyes, already more delicate with age, simply don't need that kind of added strain. The recommended safe upper limit of niacin for adults is about 35 milligrams per day from supplements. Yet many common over-the-counter products offer hundreds, sometimes thousands of milligrams per serving. If you're taking more than 50 milligrams daily without direct supervision from your healthcare provider, there's a real risk that your eyes may eventually feel the consequence 7 if you don't notice anything at first. The tragedy is that many seniors turn to niacin in the hope of gaining energy or preserving cognitive health, when in fact, these high doses often do more harm than good. A healthy heart, good circulation, and sharp vision don't come from megadoses. They come from balance, from gentle care, and from making informed choices based on how your body works after 60. And now, as we've walked through 5 vitamins and supplements that can quietly damage your eyesight, you might be wondering where that leaves you. If so many popular products carry risks, what can you actually do to protect your vision in a way that's truly safe and effective? The answer may surprise you. It's not complicated, and it doesn't require a shelf full of pills. Let's talk about what really works and how you can start making those changes today. 6. So, what should you do to protect your eyes? So, what can you actually do to care for your eyes now that you've learned the truth about so many of these supplements? If you're feeling frustrated or even a little blindsided, you're not alone. For years, seniors across America have been told that taking extra vitamins is the key to aging gracefully, keeping your memory sharp and preserving your eyesight. But if you've been using high doses of vitamin A, beta-carotene, vitamin E, zinc, or niacin, there's a chance you've been unknowingly putting your vision at risk. These aren't just small concerns. They're silent, ongoing harms that can damage your retina, impair your optic nerve, and lead to long-term loss of sight. The solution isn't another bottle on the shelf. It's not a more natural version or a new blend. The real answer is something simpler and much more powerful: real nourishment. The kind your body recognizes, digests easily, and uses the way nature intended. After 60, your eyes don't need megadoses or synthetic compounds. What they truly need is balance, hydration, gentle support, and steady nutrition from whole foods. Foods like spinach, kale, and collard greens are packed with lutein and zeaxanthin compounds that protect the retina and are supported by modern research, not just marketing claims. Cold water fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines give you omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and support the tiny vessels inside your eyes. Berries, nuts, seeds, and orange vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes deliver natural antioxidants along with safe, plant-based vitamin A that won't overload your system. And don't forget something just as important: water. Far too often, older adults overlook hydration, yet it plays a key role in keeping your eyes healthy. Dehydrated eyes are more likely to feel strained, dry, or irritated, and in some cases, more vulnerable to pressure changes. A well-hydrated body supports stable circulation to your eyes, helping protect against some of the very conditions that seniors fear most. I remember one patient especially well, Mr. Raymond, 76, a retired history professor from Illinois. After years of taking 4 different eye supplements, he decided to make a change. He cleared off his medicine cabinet, sat down with a nutritionist, and began building a meal plan around eye-healthy foods. Within 2 months, the eye strain he felt while reading eased up. His night vision improved. Most importantly, he said he felt like he was finally doing something his body could actually use. His exact words were, "It feels like my eyes can breathe again." If you truly want to protect your eyesight, start by looking at what's on your plate, not what's in your pill box. Talk with your doctor. Ask for a full nutrient panel. Stop guessing. The older we get, the more crucial it becomes to pay attention to what we're putting into our bodies. The truth is, what might have worked in our 40s isn't always safe in our 70s. Absorption slows. Tolerance changes. The same dose that once seemed harmless can now cause real harm. And now that you've made it this far, there's one more truth I hope you take with you. Many supplements marketed towards seniors, especially for vision, are not as safe as they appear. Behind those glossy labels and convincing claims are risks that aren't openly talked about. Retinal swelling from niacin, hemorrhaging from high-dose vitamin E, optic nerve damage from excess zinc. These aren't rare problems. They're real. And they're happening to people who believe they were doing the right thing. So now you have a decision. You can keep trusting those bottles without question, or you can take a moment to step back, reevaluate, and begin again with clarity and intention. Have a conversation with your doctor. Look over each supplement you take. Ask whether it's still appropriate for your age and health, and whenever possible, choose food, water, and balance instead of synthetic shortcuts. Because your eyes don't need a promise. They need protection. And you deserve to age with confidence, not confusion. If you've been taking this vitamin thinking it would protect your eyes, please take this moment seriously. Your vision is not something to gamble with. It's how you see your family's smiles, read your favorite books, and live each day with clarity. I've witnessed the pain when it's too late, the eyes that dim slowly, the regrets that came too quietly. You don't have to go down that road. You can choose differently. Starting right now, look at what's on your shelf. Talk to your doctor. Protect your eyesight the way it deserves. And if this message spoke to you, like this video, share it with someone you care about, subscribe for more honest health advice just for you, and comment 1 if today is the day you start making a real change. Let's stand up for our health and for our future together.